Hellos, and welcome back to another videos. And today it's gonna be more about like informational stuff than it is kind of like uh, just what I usually do, like content, like with just. And we're gonna explain why I've been really slow with the content lately. So just bear with me. I am been doing a lot lately. I've just been bouncing around with like the paper community, the MTGO community, and of course the Arena Pauper community. But we're gonna talk about like why I've not been doing a lot of content for uh, especially Arena. Well, that's kind of my only thing I post, but I'll get into what I wanted to actually do because I just been really slow lately. A lot of it has to do with my like work. A lot of it has to do with personal things, like you know, like family, like and just other things like my hobbies. Like I want to get into other card games as well. So, but we're gonna talk about the most important one, which is Arena. That's like my bread and butter content. Like what I do like constantly all the time, and why I might just I'm not gonna quit it, but I'm going to just step to the side a bit and be like an observer, because I realize it really affects my sleep schedule, which is really important to me, and I don't really want to interrupt that. So it's basically a it's basically affecting that, and I really want to not like get so caught up in like the mess and stuff because it's really bad if I have to show up late to a tournament and I'm just like really tired. Um, like I have been. My sleep schedule is basically I work graveyard um, at a warehouse, and I have to drive really far away, of course, um, to even get to my work. And it's just it's a constant battle between okay, do I want to move warehouses or do I just want to stay in the same one and just make the money where I have been for the past year and a half or so. And I really don't want to move because if I do, I get less pay and I won't be able to pay for, well, basically anything. So I do it for you guys because without that, I won't be able to make content. So yeah. Um, but it's been a problem where I've been like oversleeping and I have, all this other stuff, you know, and that's basically where I am right now. I'm just like in this constant state of like sleeping and working and sleeping and working, and I only have time for a couple of things, and it gets to the point where I can't really do much of anything about it because I need it to support myself financially. So yeah, that's why sometimes I don't show up to stuff, and that's just been my whole thing online ever since. Because you see, I'm not good with people. I've never been good with people. I am good at what I'm good at, and that's basically all I'm good at. So I bet if I took the time and actually just, you know, maybe set more alarms. I set like two. Sometimes I set three. That's just the way I roll. Sometimes it doesn't work though, and I have to take like energy drinks constantly. So, and this may sound like a pity party to like some people, like, oh yeah, you're just saying this because you don't want anyone to feel bad for you. But no, it's not like that. It's basically this has been happening for a while, so it's nothing new, you know. And I try, I put in the effort to actually show up to stuff, but when I do, it's usually the time I want to, you know. They're in a different time zone than me, so like having me participate is really hard for me. I mean, I can only do so much, and I only do it because it's the only community that does Arena Pauper, and I have actually nowhere else to go to. So unless I want to make my own, you know, but I am really not capable of doing that because I am busy with other stuff and things. So, I mean, in the future, I could probably come back to it, but I am just, for right now, I think I am observing. I'm going to put a TDLR in the description or in the comments, so you don't have to see me spiel about this, but yeah. This is also about the recent tournament I went to, so, like, I was supposed to show up at a certain time, and actually I did wake up, actually, prior to it. Unfortunately, I went back to sleep because reasons, but, like, I was alive. I wasn't, you know, I even had my computer on and everything with it ready to set up. I just fell right back to sleep because my body can't handle me staying up in the morning, which, yeah, these tournaments happen. So, I mean, unless I want to take energy drinks, which I don't think are healthy for me, I am not going to participate in them anymore. Going from here on out, I am going to step down actually playing tournaments, and instead focus more on like content like with ladders and stuff, because I think those are way better, honestly, than tournaments. Because I get really stressed out, and not gonna lie, I get salty if, you know, I lose, because I am just that type of person. I feel like the decks I make are good and fun. I don't feel like I'm a bad player, but I just feel like I, you know, I feel like people just don't think I'm a good player because I make all these janky decks, but I am actually a decent, like, I am decent on, like, making decks. I'm not, you know, I'm not terrible at them. Most of the decks I make, actually, in fact, you know, people like to play them, you know? And that's kind of what I want to get into the other topic. I want to make more content where new players can kind of take my decks and use them to play them competitively, you know? I really liked the player feedback of all my decks. And we're saying, like, wow, these decks are really interesting. I want to get more into it, you know? Because I feel like it's really exciting, the decks you make, you know? And while that sounds all good and all, you know, I just do this for fun. You know, I don't make like typical decks like other people do where it's just blue. I'm not a blue player. I don't make really like I feel like high-end decks are really like blue based and stuff, and like control. I also don't like to make decks that rely on like a certain play style like burn. Oh, it's madness burn, but and I you know, I have of course done um, blue decks. I'm not going to say I didn't, but those are usually not the decks I play. So, but yeah, it's just, I'm gonna step down for like a bit, probably for a year maybe. I'm gonna focus more on my content on actually making decks for people on the Arena server instead of actually making decks for, you know, say, for me, because we all know me, I'm not the greatest person to come to when it comes to actually participating in anything, so. But yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm not upset that I'm doing this. I'm just kind of disappointed in myself for not, like, just sticking to the plan and just, like, being okay with just showing up for once in my goddamn life. I know it's only happened twice, but I really don't want it to happen again. So I am doing this as a caution, as a precaution for myself and, you know, for my health. That I need time away from the game. I just need time away from tournaments. That's not to say that I will not I'm going to continue actually playing paper tournaments. I've been doing that for a while, by the way. Been doing paper tournaments because I feel more incentivized to actually participate, because not only is there more communication towards people, but there is just, I feel like that community has helped me grow into the person I am as today when it comes to Pauper, you know? And it's kind of weird because I've actually grown up with this first, you know, before, but there's a difference between like the real deal and just people online, you know? And I feel like the people online are, you know, I'm not saying that they're not my friends, but they're not like, we're not like close or anything, you know? We don't like join anywhere just to, well, for example, go get tacos and have a good time. Or like, just like, meet new people I haven't met before that are interesting and fun and I get to hang out with in real life, you know? So to put it bluntly, I'm going to step down for a while because I feel like it's healthier for me to do so. I will think about coming back to tournament play. I'll probably just do mostly ladders. If there's one fun event, I might join. It depends on timing. I'll make a rule for myself that I won't register so early. That I'll actually just register like. I like how Daniel does. I'll register maybe like last minute because I feel like it gives me more incentive to just stay with it, you know? So I've been trying to register early so that way I have a schedule in mind, but I'm not working mornings anymore. I'm working graveyards, so it's really hard for me to actually, you know, be up. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, sorry if this was a long video, but I had to address the person, the demon in the room, which is, you know, my sleep and my other stuff in life. It's just been really hard for me to actually do things that I actually want to do. So, this is not goodbye. This is just me starting anew and me actually doing something better for myself than I ever would have thought, you know. I feel like this is the step in the right direction, and if it's not, well, then I don't know what is. So I'll make a follow-up post also on the Historic Pauper Discord. But yeah, like literally, I'm going to make more content focused around just making decks, helping people out. I feel like that is my role on the server. I need to become that. I need to become the person that helps new people get into Arena Pauper instead of actually competing competitively, because I'm not the type of person that wants. I don't like play to win. I have fun. I like doing what I like to do. All the decks I make, very meme-ish, some might say, but I feel like they are viable, competitive, and they are good for the format. And I have no regret of making my decks, even if people tell me they're terrible, they're bad, they're not good. I don't agree with your deck building style. I've been told that on MTGO, I've been told that in real life, that my decks suck, that I am not a good player, and that I should go play a different game. But I'm here to tell you that that will not change my mind on how I build my decks and how, like, I play the game. I may misplay there, I may do other things, but I am not the type of person that will step down just because someone told me your deck sucks. So that is kind of also the reason why I kind of wanted to stop doing tournament play, because I get people like that just tell me Why are you playing this? This is not a tier one deck. What are you doing? Um, people at MTGO tell me the same thing. You know, they kick me out of the play queue just because you're not playing this deck. You're not playing burn. You're not playing the tier. You're just playing whatever you want to play. So yeah, that's just where I am right now. I feel like tournament play is just terrible. So if you reach the end of the video, I will give you a breakdown of what I just said. I'll probably post a timestamp of like, so basically, I'm going to be on the server. I'm going to be providing people decks. I'm also going to try to get codes for people that join like tournaments and stuff. I'm going to pass out codes for new players that join to give them incentive to stay. And my role on the server will just be to help people build decks that are interesting and fun, still competitive, and going back to tournaments will be determined depending on my health of like sleep and also my work schedule things. So I feel like I need to address all of that. I'll still be on ladders. I feel like that's kind of the place I have here anyways. Tournament stuff has really just been whatever. And if people tell me my decks are terrible, I'm not saying people here tell me my decks are terrible, but other places like MTGO or even in real life, you know, I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I feel like, you know, decks are interesting, fun to play, and I am going to become that observer role that I feel like everyone, you know, I love it when people tell me like, hey, I want to build your deck, you know. One person on the server, he was really he was psyched to build like John Gardens. He was like, it's like, wow, this deck is interesting, you know. Or I like it when, you know, Sedulous says, you know, you make so many interesting decks. It's insane how many decks you make, you know. That's what I love to hear. I think that's what I'm here for. I am not here for tournaments. I'm here to just be a person that helps new people, and it helps inspire people to make new and creative decks, you know, instead of just having all burn decks and all like, you know, all control decks. So yeah, I am DJ Vinyl. I will be back, but I will not be back in the sense of like competing. I will just be back in the sense of just observing what other people do. That is what I'm good at. I am not a people person, but I am a person that takes pride in what he loves, and what I love is Magic. And it's been my hobby since 2015, I think, 2016, something like that. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. You'll see me around still. If I want to participate, I'll do it at the expense of my sleep. But I'm sorry to say, but I will not be participating in future tournaments in the future. I just feel that I need to take a break. I need to slow down. I need to focus on my priorities. And my priorities right now are this. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, and peace.